Hello there, Reject Nation. I'm Greg.
John.
Came across an article that was sent our way that is very interesting in the title, to say the least. Don't know the details on this, but let's dive in. We're going to go through this article, periodically stop to talk about it. You've seen one of these videos before, you know how it goes. Why am I explaining all this for you guys? You're smart. You've seen a YouTube video before. So the title of this, Disney resetting Star Wars, erasing Last Jedi. Oof. I thought Rise of Skywalker was already trying to do that.
Yeah, I was going to say.
All right.
Just cram them right together with Force Awakens.
A new rumor has hit the net offering that some sort of Disney Star Wars reset is in the works that will see Force Awakens, Last Jedi, and Skywalker basically erased. The rumor comes from the future ruler. I already think this is a bad idea, by the way. The rumor comes from the future ruler of Earth, the Doomcock Overlord DVD YouTube channel. What a great name. I got to subscribe. Well, that name alone has got me subscribed. Who recently offered that a Star Wars Civil War is happening at Lucasfilm between Kathleen Kennedy and Jon Favreau. Well, that's cool. Wait, this says Doomcock up here, and then down here it says Doomok.
Which is it?
Which one is it? I like Doomcock better. Is that a typo?
I feel like it's Doomcock, and I feel like Doomok is the typo.
But then scrolling down again, it says Doomok here. All right, whatever. We'll find out later.
We'll never know.
It's a great video so far. Doomok also previously provided those Skywalker spoilers. Oh, he was the one. And prior to Marvel Studios announcing a new director and writing team on the Captain Marvel sequel, blah, 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 stuff about Captain Marvel. Who cares? Disney's Star Wars trilogy getting nullified. Here we go. Getting back to the rumor, Doomok says that plans are in place to save the Star Wars franchise, which involves the Abrams and Rian Johnson trilogy getting nullified. It's claimed the Disney Star Wars trilogy will be erased using a concept that was recently made canon in the Star Wars Rebel animated series. Oh, well, let's see how this goes. Maybe with it following some sort of canon established outside of the Disney Star Wars movies, this could be a saving grace for fans.
We'll see.
And the Season 4, Episode 13 installment titled A World Between Worlds, the concept of the Veil of the Force was introduced, a mystical dimension of the Force that connects all time and... Oh, they're doing like alternate timeline shit? That's what it sounds like. We're going. Yeah.
Like.
Oh, so they're not going to erase it. They're going to do. Okay.
You can't erase it. It's here. It's out. People own it. We saw it.
I don't know. Release the Snyder Cut. Am I right?
Oh, goodness gracious.
Release the other cut.
Release the cut where you didn't have any cuts and you just had a different idea.
Release a new production team to do a new shoot.
That's pretty much what I'm getting out of it.
I have received confirmation from 2 additional sources claiming this is spot on, that indeed Lucasfilm realizes they have a massive problem on their hands, that the Star Wars franchise is all but dead. I don't think so.
I don't think it's that bad.
Oh, come on. And despite Kathleen Kennedy's hatred of this idea, of course she hates it. She spearheaded this whole thing. Lucasfilm is preparing to render the sequel trilogy null and void. Oh, this is great. I hope this happens. This would be so fun. This would be so funny.
You just imagine the deluge of editorial YouTube videos in the Kathleen Kennedy hatosphere.
I love adults in the business who don't know how to handle Twitter. It said that the events in The Force Awakens, Last Jedi, and Skywalker will be removed from canon, isolated in their own alternate timeline, of course, and regarded as an Elseworlds-like installment under the label of Star Wars Legend. Man, whoever...
This isn't how I wanted this to happen. I didn't want this to happen as a means of fixing a mistake.
Who invented the alternate timeline? Who like hundreds of years ago, whoever came up, thousands maybe, whoever came up with it, they deserve a lot of money, because this is the way we're course correcting everything. So what Doomcock, this is Doomok or Doomcock, is explaining is that a Star Wars multiverse will be created, which will isolate the Disney Star Wars trilogy as being a part of a separate universe.
We did this with Star Trek also.
Can you bring back Han Solo? Can you bring back Harrison Ford and Mark Hamill again?
Yeah, can we get some more CGI Carrie Fisher in there?
Yeah. love this
which I'm
idea.
sure we can. I don't want to.
Please do this. This would be just so entertaining to
Oh,
watch.
it doesn't. Nothing matters anymore.
I want to watch them make it worse.
Everything is arbitrary.
Massive Star Wars reset incoming. Doomcock continues by noting the details can't be verified, but says there may be proof it's happening in the Rise of Skywalker. Oh, we're going to get some ways of... All right, I see where this article's headed. It's further noted that the plans are not set in place, as again, Kennedy is said to hate the idea and is said to be doing everything she can to crush it. As if the plan comes to pass, everything that Kathleen Kennedy did with the sequel trilogy will be destroyed, tossed out, and declared obsolete. Doomcock feels the plan will happen. Well, he was right about a couple things. A massive reset is going to hit the Star Wars universe, he says. In this format, though? Really? Is this the way to do it? Okay, hold on. All right, let's pause and we'll go through the rest of this. This sounds like...
I feel like...
such a fun thing. I want it. I want it because this sounds like a terrible idea.
I want it because I don't care and there are no more rules and everything is arbitrary. Because if you do this, then that just means that this is like the movie equivalent of every time I used to like fail the first trick on a Tony Hawk Pro Skater level. You just restart the game.
Yeah.
And you don't really get anywhere. You just, waste a lot of time playing and diddling. And so like I can definitely I would have loved this if this wasn't the way we got introduced to it as like a let's erase this sequel trilogy. F Kathleen Kennedy. Like that's the thing. Is like
this is not going to happen, dude.
I don't think
this
it's
is
gonna happen.
This is not going to happen.
I think a massive overhaul is coming just because of like the lack of pleasing everybody with things like this trilogy, Solo, etc. Between Rogue One and The Mandalorian, they've already got some stuff that works. And yeah, like, will they do a massive overhaul in the movies? Probably.
I just think that what they need to do is give the creative control to Filoni and Favreau. Like, just do that.
Yeah.
Because they seem to be the two who really know what the fans want and also how to keep original, great content going that fits in tune with what Star Wars is really all about. I don't... Like, God, like this, you know how confusing, A, this would just piss off everyone who liked the trilogy. B, this would just confuse the hell out of people. What the hell would you call this?
Don't announce
Episode
it.
7-2?
No, that's what I'm saying.
This?
Don't announce it. Just in a few years, release Star Wars, declare it's the official part 4 to the original trilogy, and there you go. You've got yourself a Halloween situation.
I mean, yeah, like, if you want to do this, don't. I mean, don't do it. I mean, do it because it would be entertaining.
It would be.
But I'm telling you, it's one of the rare times.
Leave it be.
I'm going to side with Kathleen Kennedy here and go, this isn't going to work.
Just let it be and do something else.
Yeah,
because no matter
simple.
what you do, you're never going to erase those films from actual existence. Yeah. And we're all going to have to live on this timeline where they came out and people weren't altogether pleased.
I mean, and also it's an insult to everyone who worked on those movies.
Yes, it is.
The Rise of Skywalker, albeit I thought was a really fun movie, it's also a clusterfuck, all right?
It is.
It's
I'm not Kathleen Kennedy's biggest fan, but like I also think that she gets like such hate.
I mean,
it's insane to me.
I just find the fact that they're even possibly considering this idea.
I love it. Yeah,
It's
I
so
hate.
funny.
I hate love this.
I really do. Okay, but let's see. Maybe they'll sell us on this pitch. Of course, it's alternate timeline. My God.
Yeah, because this is what JJ did with Star Trek. This is what he did to justify half the shit they did with Star Trek.
Details how Disney Star Wars will get undone. I can't get over this story. So stupid.
Because like this is the thing is we like appeal like I love in one respect how much involvement there is of fans in the discourse of how these films get made, but also it's fascinatingly hilarious to watch studio suits wriggle and go, I don't know, let's just erase everything.
Yeah.
Let's start again. There's a multiverse. Everyone's got their own universe.
I really think with the way how Sonic went, like, okay, what happened with Sonic was one thing, and then what's going on with the Snyder Cut are two totally different. Like, those aren't even similar. This is a spit in the face.
This is
right? This is not, and this is embarrassing if they go down this route.
It is.
It's embarrassing.
It is as big adult business people. It is.
Yes, it really
like
is.
you can't go. people didn't like our movie, so we're gonna say it doesn't count now. Are you guys happy? It's like trying to fight racism by taking down old episodes of TV. It's like, okay, thanks guys, but you're not actually doing anything.
Hey, the Golden Girls is better now.
Yeah, it is.
Something that
My
wasn't
bad.
actually blackface.
Thanks for fixing it.
Emperor Palpatine had a room on the second Death Star called the Room of Mirrors, which was also when Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince of the Mirrors were created by the Emperor prior to Death Star through the dark side ancient Sith rituals. These mirrors, linked to the Veil of the Force, serve many purposes. Using them, Palpatine could manipulate the Force in many ways to further his aims. For example, the use of the mirrors allowed Palpatine to cloud that. Where is any of this in the movie? To cloud the jet. Is this all in some book?
This is all a headcanon based off another piece of canon from that Rebels episode.
Just imagine the studio exec sitting around going, like, clearly there was so much canon we didn't understand. What canon can we pull from? Well, there's this thing in the Rise of Skywalker book. Is it in the movie? No, but it's in the book. Okay, can we use it?
You know what
This episode of Rebels established this thing. Okay, let's use it.
You know what I adore about this that's brought this into such high relief is that we don't demand this level of accuracy or vigilance over shit based on real history, people on this timeline experienced, and yet we are breaking backs and digging around for like ancient texts to figure out what counts as a Star War or not. Like, just forget the ones you don't like. Let's just make another movie.
So funny.
I want them to redo this forever. I want them to try and make the perfect
Just
sequel
try to
trilogy
make this trilogy.
over and over and over again.
God.
Just keep bringing Palpatine back and keep reaching back into the old movies and going, here's the loophole we found that could make this maybe work. Are you happy yet? Do you love us now?
For example, the use of the mirrors allowed Palpatine to cloud the Jedi Council to conceal himself and his dark apprentices from the Jedi and from Force senses that follow their fall.
This makes sense because we didn't know. He used it on us.
All right.
Yeah.
Yes. Using the mirrors allowed Palpatine to access the awesome powers of the Veil of the Force. They were indispensable tools that allowed him to rise to the pinnacle of ultimate power. It is this conceit that explains how Palpatine survived Darth Vader throwing him down the shaft from the throne of the Death Star. Wow. I hope in your new trilogy you explain all this.
Make a new trilogy to explain how in the last episode of the newest trilogy there's a Palpatine again.
Would the new trilogy that's a remake of this trilogy tie in at all to this trilogy that just came?
Nah, the next trilogy needs to remake the structure of the prequel trilogy while also fixing the sequel trilogy while also paying the ultimate homage to the original trilogy.
This is genius. So apparently, Doomcock goes on to explain that the Emperor created a second set of mirrors on Exegol that allowed him to escape, where he plotted the rise of the Empire.
This was right before he wished for those infinite wishes.
God, we got to read the book. You know what they should do for the next trilogy? They should hand every audience member a book.
No, just film pages of the book and then have someone read it aloud.
There should be an option, like on DVDs, if you want the audio commentary from directors, of you could have the book being read to you while you're watching it.
You can have a commentary that just points out how this isn't faithful to the canon.
A mystical dimension and where all times collide. Palpatine enters the Veil and never goes back to Exegol, consigned to its alternate timeline forever. Okay, so apparently there's something set up that they can use, some weird Star Wars mumbo jumbo that they can use that will use as a scapegoat to read this. Oh my! I can't stop saying it. This is such a silly idea. The Emperor's for using the mirrors to return. He dies as he was intended to return to the Jedi. And Bob's your uncle, and all our problems are solved. So since the Emperor, ideally, since the Emperor never survives, that means the events from The Force Awakens, Last Jedi, and Skywalker never come to pass in the George Lucas. So he's actually dead in this idea.
They're literally gonna undo the thing that they randomly threw in at the end to make it all better.
No Disney sequel trilogy. Han doesn't walk stupidly into a lightsaber. I love that idea. I actually love that idea more. That sounds way better, of Han just walking. Whoa! This light.
You really don't feel those until they're really good and in there.
Leia doesn't fly like Mary Poppins. Luke has nothing to run away from and consumes no green milk. And these are real nitpicky things to get mad. These are the things that Star Wars fans have been pissed off at. And I am informed there will be no amazing Wonder Ray as she was born after the Emperor's death.
Just give everyone the money. Just give all your fans $1,000.
So Doomcock is upset. Doomcock is in support of this, apparently. From the way it sounds, retcon the sequel trilogy out of our misery.
I bet a lot of people are in support.
Oh, God. Well, hey, I mean, if you want this, please keep in mind, as dumb as an idea as this sounds, because here's the thing, it's still going to be fairly in the same hands. I don't think it'll make your life that much better. This sounds like a bad business investment.
Yeah, just give those people who are mad money. Like, it'll do the same. It'll have a bigger effect than this, because what you're going to wind up doing is spending a bunch more money trying to please a bunch of people, and you're also going to open yourself back up to, like you said, you're going to have similar management to Disney probably, plus the dice roll of who's going to be making that next movie.
Or here's an idea. You could just stop watching this trilogy.
If you don't like it.
Don't watch 7, 8, and 9 anymore. You know what happened. You've seen it once or maybe multiple times. You hate it enough to remember the details. Let them try other things out as they try to fix the problems.
I adore this because it seems like they're describing a universe they want to live in by trying to make a movie and just piling more problems on top of a problem. Just let it be. Move on to something new.
So for all those who want this,
petition it.
Please petition
Sign that petition.
Leave your thoughts down below. I don't care if you hit the like or dislike button.
Hit them both.
Just leave your thoughts.
Yes, all of them. I want your entire headcanon as to how this is going to work.
Doomcock ends it with, well, my friends, this is your glimpse into the veil of the Force. Literally anything is possible here as branching alternate realities converge and diverge in that mystical dimension. What is glimpsed in those mirrors is an alternate version of Rey, and lurking within the veil are alternate versions of Palpatine, alternate versions of Luke. Why don't you just do one movie? If anything, you should just Days of Future Past this.
Yeah.
Like one movie to course correct. You don't
Sure.
need to do I can meet you there.
The Veil of the Force sounds cool.
The Veil of the Force sounds cool. You can explain the fucking mirror thing, but to do a trilogy to undo it all and be like, oh, that's not the real canon.
Asinine.
That's silly.
That is so dumb.
Just do one thing to undo it. That's all you got to do is one movie.
Yeah,
you know?
and hey, people like Days of Future Past, and that even didn't do a full job of correcting the course, but it did enough to get it back on track.
This idea sounds silly, but I also really want it because I love watching Disney mindlessly spend money.
Because they can, and it's more cost effective to them to try and make another trilogy. Then just move on.
What do we do?
Guys, you won't ever. But this is the thing. If they do the Veil of the Force, then we can get them in the Marvel multiverse, and then there are no more boundaries between anything.
Guys,
Luke is an Avenger now.
This is the greatest.
Luke is an Avenger.
I haven't laughed this hard at a video in so long, and we weren't even we were just reacting to text.
Just reading the news. This was a real treat. Thanks, Hollywood. Thanks,
all right,
Doomcock.
guys. Well, do you want it? Leave your thoughts down below. Subscribe to The Real Rejects. Click that notification bell. And hey, it's the end of the month. I wanted to shout out some people who are pledged to our Deleted Takes Behind the Scenes reward tier. They also get a name call out. And those folks today are Abby Smith,
Ian Sotelo,
SJ94,
Bella Kim,
Rising,
Daniela, a.k.a. Danny,
Samuel Castle,
James Smith,
Chrissy,
Rokri,
Marcus Werdeman,
Andrew Barber.
Thanks, guys, for being pledged. Hopefully, you've been enjoying that reward tier. We have more people on that reward tier than ever because we post 1.5 times as much now there.
And soon be 2 times as much. Stay tuned.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks
We'll
for your
see you
love.
soon.